Alright, so I don't know about you guys, but I love watching eBay and like cheap website hauls because some people find some amazing deals for like $2, $3, $4, and a lot of times they are dupes for really expensive brushes. So I ordered a bunch of brushes like 3 weeks ago and they finally came in. And so I'm super excited to share them with you guys. A lot of them are dupes for really expensive brushes, and some of them are just really good brushes in general. So for a lot of these brushes, I actually do not have the expensive version of the dupes, so I can't really do a comparison video, but what I can do is talk about the brushes themselves and tell you what I like about them, what I don't like about them, if they're worth your money, and all that good stuff. First brush I am talking about is a dupe of an IT Cosmetics brush. I'm not sure what the brush is called. I will have links below for the brush dupes and also for the original brushes, as well as pricing, so you can basically see how much you're saving by ordering the dupes for the brushes versus getting the expensive brushes. So on Ulta's website, this IT Cosmetics brush, well, the real IT Cosmetics brush retails for $40, and I got mine for $3.65, and it was $1 shipping, so all around just under $5. And I have to say, this brush is really nice actually. Like, it's really soft, the bristles are super soft. There's definitely a lot of them. It's not a flimsy brush. Like, I'm so far pretty impressed with this. I haven't used this yet for my makeup because like I said, I did just get these. A couple of them I have used because they all came in at different times, but this one was one of the ones I just got in, so I haven't used it yet, but it's super soft, like super soft. The handle's silver, which is pretty. I mean, I'm guessing the Cosmetics one's a little bit heavier. This one's pretty heavy, but the handle is definitely like a plasticky material, and so I would assume the Cosmetics one might be metal or might be just heavier in general, but again, I'm not entirely sure. So far, I haven't seen any. I mean, I'm pulling on it, and so far there are no bristles coming out. It's just a really soft brush, and it's really dense. I mean, that's pretty nice in my opinion. I love really soft brushes. I think everyone does. So yeah, this one's really nice. I definitely say this one is worth your money. I mean, for under $5, this is a really nice brush for powder, for, you know, it's a big all over face brush. You can do a lot with this brush. Yeah, it's a really nice brush. I would highly recommend it. Moving on to one of the brushes that fell short was the duplicate of the NARS Ita brush, and this one does not say NARS on it. Some of the fake ones actually do say NARS on it, so it kind of just depends. I think I have two links below. One is the one I got, and the other link is to one that says NARS on it. And then again, I'm only able to talk about the seller I get it from, because in all honesty, like, two different NARS brushes, two different fake NARS brushes can be two completely different brushes. I'm not entirely sure, but for this one, it fell short. The bristles are not even across the top. I don't know if you can tell, but they're definitely not cut perfectly, and if you pull on it, hairs will fly out. I mean, I mean, right now nothing's coming out, but before I had a lot of bristles everywhere. But I guess maybe it just depends. Maybe like the loose bristles came out and now it's good to go. But I mean, it definitely looks just like the NARS one. It has that same feel to it. I mean, it looks like this, about the same shape, and it's not too super light, but it's just not a very good brush. The bristles are pretty cheap, which then again, I mean, this brush cost me $1.55 plus $1 shipping, so about $3.50 versus $55 for the original NARS brush. So I mean, I guess you get what you pay for with this one. I mean, I probably would still use it just maybe to place the bronzer, because it is a very small, narrow brush. So it would be good at just placing the bronzer and then maybe buffing it out with something else. But yes, I don't really have a lot of brushes like this, and I was really hoping this one was going to be a great brush. I mean, it's really not terrible, but it's not something I would probably purchase again. And if I purchase it again, I would probably try to get it from a different seller to see if that brush maybe was a little bit better. The next brushes I have for you, there are 8 of them. So I saw these are actually the first ones I ordered online, and then I started looking up a bunch of YouTube videos about about eBay hauls, about Amazon hauls, about, I think there's a couple other websites that people get really inexpensive makeup from. Most of the time that is fake. And so I saw these on Amazon, and they were actually Amazon Prime shipping. They cost me $8.99, which is more compared to the other individual brushes, but that's basically $1.10-12 each brush, which is amazing for kabuki brushes. I have 4 large kabukis and 4 small kabukis. The small kabukis, there's not a lot I do with those. I mean, a couple of them are good for blending, a couple are good for buffing out concealer, but I reach for the bigger kabukis more. There's a round top, a flat top, a tapered, and then a rounded angled kabuki brush. If I compare these to the Sigma brushes, the Sigma set has 10 brushes in them, so there's one extra of the bigger and one extra of a smaller. Total is $162 for all of those brushes, and these, even though you get 2 less brushes, which does factor in, come in at under $10, and that is including, if you have Amazon Prime, the free 2-day shipping. So I would highly recommend these brushes. These are the first ones I got in, and I love them. They're by the brand DUPE, like Best and then OPE. Again, all the links will be down below, all the prices are down below, so if you want to get the exact one I got, click below. And if that one is not, and sometimes the links do go out, because sometimes on Amazon and eBay the sellers either run out or they just create a new listing. So if you cannot find the exact link, then I'm sorry, because I can only really review the exact ones I got, and even then, if they're selling thousands of these brushes, like, they're gonna come differently. So some of the brushes might be better than others in different packs. So like I said, I hope you guys can get the same great brushes I'm getting, but I'm sorry if you can't. But again, links are down below, so hopefully you're able to grab these while you still can. For the smaller ones, again, they have all the exact same shapes. There's the angled round top, the round top, flat top, and it's almost like a mini stippling brush actually, and then the tapered one. This one I guess would be good for maybe a small contour, like on your nose or something. And then I use the round top kabuki, the small kabuki, to buff out my concealer sometimes. The angled I use for eyeshadow. So it's honestly just like, it's really up to you what you want to use these for. And that's probably the best deal out of this whole video, honestly, just because I really liked them. And I mean, they're about $1 each, which is, compared to the other brushes is a lot cheaper. Next two I have are dupes of the ARTIS oval brushes. The originals cost about $65 for the oval 8, and I would compare this to the oval 8, and about $55 for the oval 6, and I find those prices to be ridiculous, because those two combined, that's over $120, right? $120. That's a lot of things I could buy: food, gas, clothes, makeup, cheap brushes. I mean, come on. ARTIS Oval 8 brush. This is the dupe I have for it. It cost me about $3.96 plus $1 shipping. The only thing I dislike really about these brushes is this is very thin, and I feel like it's going to break. I can bend it around, and I get kind of nervous. Like, I try to, when I hold the brush, I really hold it from right up there, so I'm not bending that a whole lot, and I'm working the brush from the very top. But other than that, these brushes there are so many bristles, and I mean this is probably the densest brush I own. I was expecting this to be very cheap and flimsy, and this brush is super soft. I mean, I can't compare this to the real ARTIS brushes, which I'm sure are amazing, but this brush is so insane. I don't even know if you can tell how dense this thing is. Like, every time I run my finger through it, like, there's just so many bristles to pick it up. Like, it's insane how dense these things are. And also, when I watch videos, people use this, like, wow, it does your foundation so quickly. I'm like, how quickly can it really do it? But I mean, maybe 10 seconds, my foundation was on, and I was like, wow. I did use this today, and I mean, I didn't notice any difference with how my foundation went on, except it went on a lot faster, and I didn't notice the brush like absorbing all the foundation or anything. I got these two individually, but they have very similar, they have the same handle, and the brush color is a bit different, so I'm not entirely sure if these are made by the same seller. I'm not sure, but I like both of them, and they both have the same feel, and they're both very dense. I would say definitely that the bigger one is much denser, though. This one is pretty dense still, but it's just not as dense as the dupe of the Oval 8. And the Oval 8 is great for just all over face foundation. God, this thing is, look how big this thing is. Like, you can just cover like right there, I just covered my whole cheek. The other side, like, it's huge. And this one I got for $1.79 plus $1 shipping, so just under $3 and just under $5, just under $8 total for these two, versus $120 total, or $65 and $55 for the real ones. And I would definitely say the real ones, I'm sure the packaging's, not the packaging, but also the handle, and just the handle of the brush is going to be a lot better. I mean, if this kind of breaks off, I would just literally be left with this little circle of a brush up here, so that's a bummer. And this one has the same handle, but this is just such a big head for the brush that I just feel like this one is a little sturdier just because it's a smaller brush, so the smaller neck for the handle is okay. Alright, and then I have one more brush left, and I do have actually a ton more stuff coming, but again, with Amazon and eBay shipping from China and Japan and other places that are pretty far away, the shipping really varies. It could get here in a couple weeks, it could get here in a couple months. I'm really hoping it doesn't get here in a couple months. I'm going away on vacation mid to late June, so I'm hoping for everything to be in before that, or hopefully then when I get back that it would all be here, so I can do a second one, and that one's gonna have more makeup products in it and also some more brushes. I kind of went brush crazy, I know that, but they're just so cheap and I just kind of had to see if I liked them, and so I kind of went brush crazy a little bit. But not least, I have a Real Techniques dupe brush, and again, these are not actually super expensive brushes. I went online and I found it for, I think it was $8.99 on a certain website for the dupe to this tapered one, but this I got for $1.82 and it was free shipping, and so I figured, like, I mean, even though like $8.99 really isn't that expensive, I wanted to try this out. I found a ton of these on eBay. I got this one on eBay and I got the rest, I'm pretty sure, on Amazon, but they pretty much have the same sellers on eBay and Amazon. The reason I got most of mine on Amazon was because I already have my payment information in there, all my shipping stuff, and I use Amazon all the time. You know, I have Amazon Prime, so that's the reason I used Amazon for a lot of this stuff, but a lot of this can be gotten on eBay. Actually, maybe, I mean, cheaper, I would say maybe 50 cents cheaper. You can't really get much cheaper than $4 or $5 for a lot of this stuff. It could be found cheaper on eBay, but I did get a lot of the stuff on Amazon. It's a tapered fluffy brush, and this one, I would definitely say the bristles, there's not a ton of bristles. It's not a flimsy brush, but you can just tell from like moving it around that there could be more. But I mean, honestly, it looks just like the real ones. This one this is a different Real Techniques brush. I just kind of wanted to show it as an example. I mean, they have the same shape. The handle is at the bottom. This one's definitely more of a matte velvety. This one feels a lot like the real and the fake NARS Eater brush with the texture. And this one is just, it's just shiny. It's just matte plastic versus the matte like velvety finish right here. For eyes, this is a good brush. Again, I like tapered brushes for under the eye. This would be good for setting powder, for powder just everywhere. Again, it's not a super dense brush, so this is maybe to like just dust it off. It's not to just pack on powder. I mean, again, the only difference with most of these brushes is that they do not have the label of what the real brush is. Again, some of them do. I think I did see a couple videos where the silver cosmetics brush had a cosmetics written on it. Again, I almost prefer that it doesn't have that, because I'm not trying to be like, oh, the real one, like this is real, like I'm making a video saying this is fake. So I just kind of wanted to try these out to see if they were good brushes alone, and to see if you don't have to waste your money on buying the real ones. And so far, pretty much everything except for the NARS brush, but again, I still would probably buy this one over the original, just because the original is $55 and this one cost me like $3.50. I mean, this one's pretty cheap, and again, it's really not a terrible brush. The bristles are soft. They're not really that pinchy. They're soft bristles. I think this brush may grow on me just for placing the product, because you can place the product in that really particular spot, and then you can use like the angled kabuki, or you could use some other brush to blend it out. So I really think that this brush could be used. I'm not gonna say that this is like the most amazing brush ever when it's really not. That's it for my video today. I will definitely be having another Amazon eBay / haul. And also, if you'd like to see an in-depth review or demo with any of these, please comment down below. I probably will be using them in tutorials in the future, because I do honestly use these brushes. This one specifically, I just got this in the mail like 3 days ago, and I've already used it like twice, because I think it's just so cool how it just does it so quick. So yeah, please comment down below if you have anything that you think I should check out on eBay. I love buying makeup and stuff, especially if you have any makeup products. I bought a lot of brushes, but I did not buy like a lot of makeup products. I got some lip liners, and I think I got a concealer contour palette, something like that. So I'm gonna try those out. But if you have any makeup products that you think I should try out, comment down below. And hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.